Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Fang, just Fang, back with another Fantasy video. And today, we're going to talk about the KI Live that just happened 2 days ago. If you want more Pirate 101 news and to keep up to date on old Pirate 101 stuff, my mouse just did something funny. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you actually enjoyed the content, make sure to hit that like button. We are almost to 1,000 subscribers, and that's been a dream of mine for a long time. That's why I'm shilling. I don't usually do that, but it'd be really awesome. So if you enjoy my talking at all or Pirate 101 news, make sure to hit that subscribe button. But let's get straight into it. Sorry about that. This is something very important and something I was thinking about, and I saw some Twitter comments on it. Basically, I'm just going to be reading the paste bin from the Ammoplex. It's just basically the main script of the Pirate 101 stuff because I don't want to sort through it all. Thank you, the Ammoplex. Love you. Ammoplex is beautiful. But, Pirate 101 is getting an update. We all know this. If you don't, you can watch my Tartarus update. And what's next for Pirate 101, there's another video about that. Or you can just stick around and I can explain it real quick. So, the story beat goes to, we are going to go to Krakatopia. And in that vein, what they said on this KI Live, I'll actually just read it directly. It said, this spring, you were sent through Death's Door, so Tartarus, to continue your mainline journey in the Echoland Caverns of Tartarus. Yep. As for what's next, they can't talk about it just yet, but they're in development for the next content update, which will be brought to you by the letter Z, the last letter of the alphabet. Now, why are you saying Zigzag gameplay? If you know Wizard 101, why are you saying Zigzag gameplay right now? Thank you for my Discord server. Join my Discord server if you want. That's where we film this, so thank you guys for helping me out. Zigzag. Now when I heard Z and I saw a Twitter comment that just said Zigzag, I'm like, oh, this sucks. Now, let me explain. You know, updates are great and all. But, you know, there always needs to be a little bit of complaining in a Just Fang video, right? So, oh, man. So, if we think about it, Tartarus is just a port from a dungeon in Wiz. What is Zigzag? Well, there's Upper Zigzag and Lower Zigzag. They're both dungeons in Wizard. What can they do? Just port it to Pirate with a... I don't know Tartarus' storyline. I assume it's different than Pirate 101's Tartarus. But what they could do is just have us talk to a bunch of random people and then get into that dungeon and do the exact same thing with just an instance where you click a button and you're in the Zigzag dungeon. Now, this is something I didn't think that Pirate 101 would reach this level of laziness, and you know, genuinely, I hope I'm wrong again, but it just seems like this is the easiest way out because they did the exact same thing with Tartarus. It was a buggy mess. You should have seen my stream for the Tartarus update. This was in test realm, obviously, and it was just like a bug report. And then in live realm, there's still bugs, out of bounds, like instances not working, just horrible like area stuff where you just can't teleport to people. It's a whole mess. But they could just copy and paste that. No Skyway, obviously, because it's Wizard 101 and the team doesn't know how to make Skyways anymore. They're going to copy and paste that. They're going to make a great story because Pirate, you know, I love Pirate. I hate Pirate, you know, all the above. They do make a pretty good story, but they also need to back that up with good gameplay. And with the Tartarus one, they just made it incredibly difficult. Incredibly tedious, so it takes you just a long time per fight, and it's just like, it's not even like interesting powers, it's just like I'm pretty sure Eagle, like Shade Eagles or whatever has like second chance 5, which just means he like gains accuracy every time he misses, and like Bladestorm 5, it's like just crazy epics that are just ridiculous. I mean, you can beat them, but it's just like, it's just hard to be hard, and this is what they've been doing with the most recent updates. Like, when they released Sinbad Part 3, it was definitely a lot harder than it is now, because then they made a new one, and then they made the previous one, which is Sinbad Part 3, more for, like, casual players, so then they can, you know, make the next one for the endgame players, which is Tartarus. So what they're going to do is they're going to nerf Tartarus, make it easier, and then they're going to make Zigzag, is what I'm thinking, super hard until they make another one. And, I mean, that's a strategy, sure. It limits the gear chances to, like, super sweaty players. And I mean, that's the only people that really want that, I guess. But as a casual player, and the first time I ever started farming was in Tartarus, it's so tedious. And maybe that's just how farming is, but it's just ridiculous. Now, enough of a tangent about that. That's just Tartarus in a nutshell. I just don't want to see Tartarus Part 2, basically. I mean, I love the story of Tartarus. I think it's fine gameplay-wise. I think the glitches really just make it seem unprofessional and sloppy. If they can clean that all up, no weird out-of-bounds glitches, no instance problems, don't make it a weird area thing. Make it just one dungeon, or make it an area where people can traverse and not only 4 people can go in. Make it something that works, and something that, like, it feels Pirate 101-y, which I don't think Tartarus did a very good job at. I mean, yeah, sure, Hercules was there, but it just felt like it was a Wizard 101 direct port, and if they do just port Zigzag, which I don't know how they would do, maybe it's just that whole island with 2 different things. If they literally just port Zigzag, I would be so disappointed. It would be an easy way out, sure, it'd give more content for late game players, but would it make late game players excited to play it? No, because there's going to be Tartarus again, and most of the late game pirate players have already played Zigzag. Like, I'm in the minority of players who hadn't played Tartarus before, so it was new to me. But there's plenty of pirate players that have played Wizard 101 and made it to Tartarus, and is like, this is the same thing, just a different story. I mean, I don't even know if it's a different story, I'd assume so, but it's ridiculous. And I think that's not a precedent that we should set for future updates. I think they need to put a little bit more love into that and not just port a thing. I was thinking, oh, they can make their own, like, island. It doesn't have to be a skyway with the new assets they have. If they do that, that would be amazing. I mean, I thought that was, like, bottom bare bones, just making a new island, no skyway. But even below that is just porting Zigzag. Now, am I hoping that Z means something completely different and it's a red herring? Sure. That would be amazing. But for right now, I am going to think until it's revealed that this is just going to be a Zigzag port with a slightly different story because it's Pirate 101. And I think that is such a bad direction for the game to go. Now, I know most of their talk is like, let's make the Fatui, the first time user experience, better. I haven't seen that either. They need to, the next update, make it a big Fatui thing. They did add stagecoaches in Aquila, but they should have done it for Skull Island. That's a whole different thing. I think they shouldn't have done, I know it's a vote, and you guys are all stupid, I'm just kidding. They should have just added both, to be honest. If people wanted an Aquila and then, like, second place was Skull Island, they should have just done it for Skull Island, so then free players can, like, move around and, oh man, and just, everyone moves more in Skull Island, and getting to, like, Scrimshaw for those Obsidian key bosses and stuff, never mind. That's a different tangent, and I'm yapping, but just know that they're trying to do stuff, but I'm not really seeing a clear thing of what they're trying to do. Like, the Fatui, they kind of changed the free part quest to make it actually shorter, and the story kind of make less sense because you don't see that rushing water. You just kind of see, like, a foot level water. It's just less walking, really, and it just makes less sense. And then they obviously added those coaches, but that's for, like, level 60 plus, so that's not even anything for that. But they say that they're focusing on that, but they're doing nothing in that front and, like, bare bones for late game players. It just seems like pick a lane or do a little bit more in both. Because if you're going to go, oh, we need to focus on these early game players, the people that are going to buy memberships because they like the game, then yes, I'd say give us this little ported dungeon for late game players and then make a lot for that early game. I will understand that. I'll be like, oh, you're actually going to focus on that? 100% understand, so then we can get some more money in the game and then push that. Again, they could also push paywall back, which I see what you're doing with the July 31st free membership. By the way, this is probably coming out after July 31st. I did a community post. I haven't even posted that yet. I need to do that right after this video. But I did post a community post. There's 4 more days of free membership. Definitely see what they're doing there. That's good. But you need to still push that standard paywall back so they can get companion promotions and they can get a new ship. I've said this a million times. I've said this for 4 years at this point. They need to do that at some point. Come on. It's the easiest way to just get new players in. Come on. So, let's think about this. And the other way around, if we're focusing on late game players, we need to see a new world. 100%. If you're going to give early game players, like, a little bit of a change of a quest, give us a lot of things then, and then we'll spend money on that, and we'll buy membership to play that again, even though I always have membership, or like buy, if it's actually really good gear, then, you know, chests to reroll that, and we'll be playing the game. There'll be a lot of hype towards it, and get our friends to play, and get our old friends who haven't played Pirate in a while to finally play it, you know? It's just something where you need to focus on something, or you need to give us, the early players and the late players, just a little bit more. That meaning, you don't need to make a new Skyway, you just need to make a new area that's not just ported from Wiz, and isn't super glitchy, that to the point where I'm frustrated with the actual update, and I'm like, what is this? This is not professional at all. And we need to get to the point where it's like, hey, this is good amount of content, I see what you're doing, and then in the early portion, don't just change up the quest line. I don't know what they could do, but they could change up something. I don't know. Use your brains. You guys are the brainiacs, KI, right? Use your brains. Just give them a little bit more, and give us a little bit more. Meet it right in the middle. Or you could give one side a bunch, and the other side what we're doing now. But right now, we're both at the bare minimum. And I'm not liking that. I'm not... Because there's a lot of max players, and there's I don't know how many actual free-to-play players there still are, but look, a couple. I mean, there's obviously people in the middle, but they still got the whole rest of the game to play, because they're committed. But those max players, they've been waiting, and they get Tartarus, and that update is just foolish, and foolish literally is the best word I can describe it. It's just so goofy, right? And then we have new players who are like, oh, this game could get good. I don't actually know, though, because half the features are locked. I played with Firestarter in my last video, and he's like, yeah, if I had a group of friends, I'd play that, and blah, 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 blah. So, you know, if there's more people, then more people will play, and it's just like, it's cool to see that people actually realize the game is good, but they need that little step up of like, oh yeah, but I can play the rest of the game, and unlock all these features. That's going to be super good for you. And it's just like, there's things that can happen, and I've said this a million times, and I don't know exactly what it is, but I will know right when it happens. Right when KI does something that I like, that I'm like, wow, I'm surprised you did this. When you surprise me, because I should have known that they would have just ported this. Again, I could be like literally talking out of my booty right now, right? Booty as in treasure, right? Pirate treasure, booty. I could be talking out my booty right now and just like, I'm totally wrong, and it's not Zigzag. But with that Z, and with it being Krakatopia, I can almost guarantee you it's going to be just a port of Zigzag. And if it's Zigzag, but they change the entire like layout and new buildings and new updates, that will actually make Wiz players want to play Pirate 101. And I see what you're doing there. But if it's just a port, exactly what you did with Tartarus, no one wants to play that. I stand corrected. I will play it. I'm sure people will play it. But will we enjoy it as much as a completely new, revamped, just something change? No, we won't enjoy it as much because it's just a port, and we know it's not supposed to be what Pirate 101 is meant to be. Like, Tartarus, I'm sure they didn't plan to go to Tartarus, but they made it work, but they made it work in a way that just felt like we were just doing it because Wizard 101 had the resources. And it's a lot. So, again, I'm rambling at this point, and I genuinely hope that it's not just going to be a port of Zigzag. They could do so much more with the Z. It could be Zigzag, and that'd be fine if they at least did something with it. But if they've treated it like Tartarus, then I'm not going to be okay with that. But anyways, I appreciate everyone who's watching still, because I'm a goofy goober. You know who you are. I enjoy hanging out with all of you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy listening to my random little rambles. This is what happens when you don't have a script, by the way. I don't script any of my videos except for the iceberg videos, which, again, that script is written. I just haven't recorded it yet. Sorry, guys. I don't script any of my videos with these because I feel like I kind of just want to speak and, you know, let the rambles ramble just so I can hopefully make you guys understand. But yeah, so that's completely my opinion, and I want to hear your guys' opinion. So type it in the Discord, comment on this video, whatever you want to do. You can definitely just @ me on the Discord, or even @ me in the comments section. I will respond, or I'll at least heart it and read it. And I love seeing all your guys' comments about it. And I love people, you know, who are like, oh, I haven't played Pirate 101 in a long time. I'm going to go try it again. And it's crazy how this game's still alive. Yeah, I'm still here. And it's super cool to see people stopping by. So I appreciate everyone who's watching and who's been watching me through the years. So I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, see you later. Bye-bye.